Oh man, do we have some news to talk about in this video, guys. We have to break down some stocks in this video, the markets, which earlier in the day they were heavily in the green. Now we're slightly in the green, heading more towards the red. So we got a lot to break down in this video. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's get into it. Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get into the video. So it's currently about 12:10 p.m. on the East Coast. Well, I guess exactly 12:10 p.m. And we have the S&P 500 up 0.3%, the Russell's up 0.25%, Nasdaq's up only 0.1%, and we'll talk about that in a second here as we have the Dow Jones up 0.1% as well, and now the VIX is up 3.5%, gold's up, actually no, gold's down 0.3%, and we have silver up 0.9%. So take a look here, guys. The markets are still volatile because this morning SPY was at the peak $416.65. That was right around 10 a.m. And we had Triple Q at 10 a.m. up around, or rather at that point, it was at 312.30. And it was up about 1.8% on the day at that point. And now look at it. It's barely up. It's at 306. It is down about, let's see here, almost 2% as of now from the intraday high. And SPY is down from the intraday high. Let's take a look here. It is down, let's see here, guys, 1.2%. So we were up heavily. Now we're down. Well, we're not in the red yet, but we're heading towards that direction. And if I pull back a little bit here, let's see on the 20-day chart, what I'm noticing is even though we're selling off, we are still above the 180 SMA here on SPY and probably on Triple Q as well. I'm going to say yes. Yeah, above the 180 on Triple Q as well. And we're noticing a bit of an ascending triangle. Do you guys see that? We're making higher lows, but on Triple Q here, we have big resistance around 313, 315. So we're making higher lows into that resistance, squeezing deeper into the triangle. And SPY is the same thing, higher lows, but we have resistance at about 418. So I'm still thinking bulls have a chance here, even though they're selling off, as long as bulls can hold, let's say, 410, 412 on SPY, and we get buyers coming in at that point to then push us back towards 420, maybe even higher. And for Triple Q, let's see if bulls hold 305, 307 to then get us towards 315, maybe even higher from that point. So yeah, bulls still have a fighting chance, guys. Let's see how it ends up playing out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments as always, and make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are literally 11 subscribers away from 25,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. 5 free stocks, each up to $2,500, guys. All you got to do is use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get those free stocks. And if you deposit any amount of money on Webull using my link down below, you get 6 free stocks. And again, all of that is linked down below. You get free money. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, let's talk about this big news, huge news, because we got some big news. And this news is out of China, guys. This news is out of China. And I guess if you don't own any Chinese stocks, this doesn't really matter to you. But if you own Chinese stocks, which I do, I own NIO and I own Alibaba. Full disclosure, I own NIO and I own Alibaba, guys. You probably know that. We got some news this morning from DD Global, which you guys probably know. They went public about a year ago. They were $18 a share. China cracked down on them. We'll talk a little bit about that in this video. And the stock just hit $1.30, but today it is up 35% when I'm filming this. And at the peak, it was up, I think, 50-60% or something like that in the morning. It hit $3. Where did it hit? $3.15. Yeah. That was a big move up considering it closed at $1.84 the previous trading day. So Chinese regulators have concluded a year-long probe and is set to lift an order banning the company from adding new users. So essentially, guys, this app, it was banned. You couldn't download it in China, but now they're lifting that ban. And I think the app can hit the app stores as early as this week or within the next couple of days. And last year, the ride-hailing firm, like I mentioned, went public in the U.S. It was around $18 a share, but just days after the initial public offering, Chinese regulators opened a cybersecurity probe into the company. And in July, the Cyberspace Administration of China accused TD of illegally collecting users' data and ordered its app removed from local app stores. Since the end of 2020, China has tightened regulation on its domestic technology sector in areas from antitrust to data protection, but there have been signs of regulatory easing from Beijing as China deals with the economic fallout from weeks of lockdown in Shanghai, which I do believe now is lifted. Railways are starting to open up, transportation is opening up. People are slowly getting back to normal there. The economy's starting to come back. Well, I guess it's not back yet to the to where it was at the peak, but I mean, obviously, but things are slowly starting to open up there, which is a pretty good sign. And on top of that, the ease in regulation, that's also a very good sign as well. And the fact that, China wants to work with, regulators and so forth in the U.S., that's a very good sign, if you do own these Chinese stocks. And the move would allow, like I mentioned, TD to return to app stores in mainland China, potentially as soon as this week, but it could take a little bit longer than that. Who the heck knows, guys? And the Journal reported that Chinese authorities will also end probes into two other U.S.-listed Chinese tech firms, Full Truck Alliance and Kanzhun, or how do you even say that? Kanzhun? I don't even freaking know, guys. It's spelled Kanzhun, whatever. Those two are also under investigation. So that's pretty big news. If you don't own Chinese stocks, like I said, it's not a big deal, I guess. It doesn't really matter to you. But if you own Chinese stocks, this is good. The fact that they're easing up a little bit, we needed to see this. This is a sign that we may be reversing here. I'm not saying we're going all the way back, especially on TD, guys. For this to go back to $18, realize it has to pretty much 8 to 9x, which is unbelievable. Am I saying that's going to happen? Not necessarily. I doubt it, to be honest. I mean, who knows? It might, but I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. But could BABA, which is currently up 5% on the day, could this start moving towards 120, 130, maybe on an extended breakout, especially if it gets back over 105, 110. I think that's possible. This is good news. Very good news. JD.com is also up 5% on the day, guys. Another big Chinese tech company. This is starting to move. It's above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. If this starts breaking mid-high 60s, a lot of momentum to the upside can come from that point in time if that ends up happening. We also have Tencent, TCEHY. This is up not much today. It's up 1%, but a good sign is it is moving above the moving averages finally, and that's the first time Tencent has done that since the end of February, which is almost 4 months ago, 3.5, 4 months ago. So Chinese stocks are moving. They're not fully out of the woods yet. They're not reversing all the way to all-time highs quite yet. They're not even near doing that. But we are getting news, and we've gotten news like this over the past couple of weeks, and all this news compiling right now, it's looking good for Chinese stocks, in my personal opinion. And now to switch gears a little bit, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, as always, about Chinese stocks. Do you own any? Are you against them? I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys, I don't want to say a lot of you, but some of you are against them, and you thrash me in the comments sometimes, which is fine, guys. I'm down for some criticism. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So let's go over now to Amazon, which the 20-for-1 split officially went through. Oh, and now look, ThinkOrSwim finally adjusted the charts here earlier in the day. It's funky when stocks go through the stock splits, right? The charts look like it's down a lot on the day, or maybe it's up a lot depending on what direction the split is. And in this case, Amazon, it said it went from 2,500 to 100, and it was down 99% or something like that, or at least that's what my chart was showing. And now they redid it, or not redid it, but they fixed it. And Amazon's trading at $125 a share now. The 20-for-1 split is officially through. It's up 1% on the day, and earlier in the day, I think it was at 130, almost 130. It hit $129 per share. So what we're noticing here is, even though it went through the split, it is still struggling right at the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart at about $125, $130. So moving forward, there's going to be a big resistance. I mean, there is big resistance here, but also at 135. Notice how 135, that point held as support from the end of January all throughout the beginning of March, right? And then obviously we broke it in the end of April, then it became resistance. So at this point, if we break 125, it's not clear blue skies yet for Amazon, guys, because 135 is going to be a sticking point, and that could be where we move in the short term. You know, that $10 window, in this case, that's about a 10% move. Pretty big, gap to fill, and then if 135 breaks, that's where we could really start moving at that point. So I'm going to set my alert right now at $135 on Amazon. I'll put another one at $125. So we'll put two here. 125, 135, and that's funny. I have my alert from 25.50 still set here from pre-split, and I truly doubt Amazon ever sees $2,000 a share again, which if it ever did from where it is now, that would be an unbelievable return. I doubt that ever happens. And the market cap at that point would be insane, assuming they don't dilute shareholders. That would be unbelievable. But anyway, let's not talk about that. So keep your eyes on 125, 135 here on Amazon. And in terms of some other stocks moving today, Google's up a good amount. Google is splitting next month, guys, 20 for 1. That's going to be very interesting. This is also like Amazon, right by the 180 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. And you guys know Google is my biggest individual stock holding, and I don't plan on selling it anytime soon. And for me to buy more Google, it's going to have to come under 2,000, or at least go to 2,000 flat. I'm looking to buy more at 1,800, 1,700 if it does get there. And for now, I'm just holding on. I'm not selling, but I'm holding on to my Google. And some other stocks moving today: CrowdStrike, Las Vegas Sands, DraftKings, Monsters, one that I made a post about on Patreon earlier. That's one that I'm watching very closely. And I guess that's it. We don't have to talk too much more in this video. I'll make another video later, so make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to join my Patreon. If you guys want to keep in touch more one-on-one throughout the day, I post all my buys there, sales, call-outs, morning videos, every single trading day exclusive for the Patreon members. All of that is on Patreon, link down below, or you can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon, and now is the best time to try it, join, because it's early on in the month, and if you don't like it, you could always cancel it, so check it out, and make sure to get your 5 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull. All of that is linked down below, and with that being said, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.